welcome back to the channel. This is Victus and let's continue with the Realpolitiks 1 Let's Play in which I'm going to the moon and beyond. This is the final frontier in which we began with the United States and we're doing the technologies to reach the space. We have already reached space and we are doing very good. We have a space station and we have reached the moon. So basically the Elon Musk dream has come true up to this point, but there is just one final thing. We need to reach and colonize, or at least send a crew to another planet. We are right now in 93 HDI. We have very good GDP growth and we are doing very good. We still have separatism here in Puerto Rico. So I'm going to go straight and calm down the people here and just throw a little bit of coin over there. And the projects that we're doing are Economy Modernization 3 and Advanced Financial Services. This is going to be good for our stock exchange. And as you can see, we're doing good with that as well. We have Canada, we have Italy, France, and Spain. Now, up to this point, there is no wars, but Iran is getting high warmonger levels. We will have to do something about that. In the meantime, we are still in a block with 3 countries, Canada, Spain, and Italy. We can go and add Portugal to the block. I'm going to do a non-aggression pact, and another thing that could be possible is to add Poland. We have very good relations with Poland, but it says that we have a 10% chance for those guys to being added to the block. I'm going to try that. In the meantime, we're going to continue with the sabotage of the Iranian situation. Iran, as we can see, we go to the nuclear arsenal. We can see that Iran is right now having 17. What we can do is clearly go to nuclear sabotage. This is going to cost us money as always, but is going to decrease the warhead quantity of this country by 30%. So I'm going to implement that and hopefully we're going to be able to decrease the arsenal of this warmongering country. The thing here is that up to this point we have sanctions against totalitarians, we have non-proliferation of nuclear weapons and sanctions against authoritarians. Universal armament reduction was something that we have implemented in the past, but it was a little bit hurtful for our military. We right now we are getting 51 aircraft, 7 Navy and 12 transports. This is going to put us on the lead in the military race, and we have a unit max capacity of 274, which is pretty lovely. In terms of and in comparison with China, we can go and see that China right now has 56 aircraft, 12 transport and 22 Navy. As long as we maintain good amount of aircraft, transport and Navy against this country, everything is going to be all right. This country has a block with Thailand, Mongolia, Burma, Laos and North Korea. Now this is something that I don't like. They had before a block with South Korea, and now South Korea is in a block with Tajikistan. One thing I can do is to try to improve relations with Korea. I have 43 relations, but I would like to decrease the relations in the block so I could be able to go and add South Korea to the block, which is going to be helpful for them and as well for the world peace. They are right now authoritarian, so we can go as well and influence political system could be one other option. Here these guys have a block with Japan and the Republic of China, or more likely Taiwan. They have a block with these guys. So this is something I can be a little bit on ease in these terms, in the fact that China could not attack them. Now The thing with Mexico is that they are authoritarian. I can go as well and try to influence political system with them, but there is another thing that I have to address, and one thing is, and that thing is that we are getting a little bit authoritarian, and we need to decrease that. So let's continue with this, and let's hit play, and let's see how these things are going to develop here. In terms of the loans and taxes, we have 52,000 here, 52K is okay. I'm going to increase the taxes just a little bit, so we will have perhaps a little bit more of money, so we can slowly but surely go and start paying the debt. And that is going to be another thing. Now, take into account when you go up into the taxes, the GDP growth is going to decrease. Now, computer virus, the main country, Uruguay, computers throughout the entire high-tech world were hit by a brilliant malicious virus that came out of some developing country. Chaos and enormous losses occurred. The participant countries are all of these that are on the list, including United States. And then the only thing that we can say is that is terrible. It doesn't says what happened, what are the things that are going to be affected by that, but okay, let's go. Gay pride. Someone applied to organize a gay pride march through town. Do we give them a permit? And now, this is important because this concerns the system, the political system of our country. So it says yes, and then if we allow the parade, then the action points are going to be reduced, but the personal control is going to be reduced. If we don't allow, the personal control is going to increase. Now, it's interesting to see that unhappiness is going to go up either way, but I'm going to allow it this way. If I allow that, then we're going to be going down in here. We managed to catch agents from Brazil that were trying to spy on us. So we are hoping that in 6056, now there is something here that I have noted, that the HDI have dropped considerably. So I am afraid that we're going to person control militarism. I'm afraid that we're going to get authoritarian in the next year. Perhaps not. I'm just looking at here. There was a complete disaster and space were caught by Iran. Now, this is not good. We tried. Okay, that's fine. But there is this thing that still preoccupies me because I really don't want this to go up. We've managed to catch agents from Canada, and Canada right now is getting a little bit itchy here. So let's go and increase relations with them. One thing important to do, and perhaps to help the country, but it's going to take us a lot. So far so good. We don't want to get this current political system value. We are very high in that, so we need to be careful with that thing. Now we are about to get the economy modernization, and yeah, the United States is going up into this. Now here you can see that is going to go from 23 to 32, and this is something that we don't want. This is going to, the government controls the citizens every day. So this thing is telling us that we're going up into the personal control and we're going up into militarism. The reason we are getting a little bit authoritarian is because we are creating a lot of units. This is increasing drastically the amount of militarism in the country, and that is one of the reasons that our country is getting basically up into that system. Prisoner extradition. We have received a request for extradition of a famous artist who recently arrived here seeking asylum. What should we do? The relations with Malta, extradite him. It's going to increase the relations with Malta, but the people are not going to be happy, or refuse. Relations with Malta are going to be decreased. I think I'm going to go for refuse because I don't want the people to get a little bit angry, so I'm going to refuse, and Canada has left our block, which is something pretty bad. Now we have 27 relations. This one straight is going to increase to 5 the relations, and yeah, the possibility is 67. We can go here for improvement and perhaps bring Canada back into our block. And here we need a little bit more of relations with this country. What I'm going to do here is pretty much decrease relations in block, so I can put them in my block. Economy modernization, so the taxes income is going to increase, which is pretty good. So now what we can do here, for example, diplomatic offensive means that warmonger decrease +1, and we are going to have relations with the whole world +7. This is one. This is fight unemployment, could be another option, but this we have to take into account they have maintenance here. So if I go to economy and I see the one that I am right now, we can go for these, which is going to bring us a lot of action points and then a healthy GDP growth. I think that there's no way that we can maintain democracy here, because if we want to be in par with the other countries, we will have to increase our military strength. So perhaps here, when I go to military, I can clearly go here and start with this thing, warhead rocket design, which is quite, this is going to cost this. It's not bad. I'm going to activate this. Let's go a little bit to warhead rocket design, and there's no way we can maintain our democracy here. So we're going to become right now authoritarian, and we're going to be on the list of authoritarian countries. Improve relations with Portugal. We can focus here and pause here a little bit just to see if we can go and put these guys into our block. Now, if we go and help the country, it could be good for us. So now let me try here and let's bring them back into our block. I don't know if that is going to be possible. Cancer cure. Millions and millions suffer from cancer every year. The number of deaths grows to seemingly no, and many doctors have tried to find an actual cure, but thus far no one has succeeded. It's time to finally change it and declare a full-fledged war against this vicious disease. It's time to find a cure for cancer. So this is good because we're going to start funding here. Agricultural buy-up, let's go one by one because they are appearing a lot. Farmers are overstocked with cereals. They can sell it all by themselves, but we could offer them an official buy-up to save their pockets. Now, if we do this, we can't afford it. It's going to decrease interventionism, which I believe I'm going to do. I'm going to participate in the funding of Cancer Cure Fund, which is okay, I believe. We're about to get totalitarianism as far as I can understand here, and that is going to be in 5 months. No, actually 2 months. We're about to get authoritarianism very high. Apparently, hopefully, we're not going to get that. But if we are going to be authoritarians, let's see who is going to be the guys that are in our side. Pakistan, North Korea, Iran, and China. Well, this is something interesting because where is actually Russia in all of this authoritarianism? We're going to get like that. And if we see here, the sanctions against authoritarianism. Okay, so let's wait a little bit here. Let's see how we can get here in the situation with Portugal. Okay, let's focus ourselves in Portugal. Our agents report that the decreased relations was a complete success. We don't know if that country leave the bloc. So let's go here and add them into the block. They refuse. Let's see what happened with South Korea here. South Korea here. can damage the reputation of this country. Now, there is riots in Venezuela and riots in Sudan. Let's leave it like this. I'm not going to deal with that. Now, accept the system changes. System will change to authoritarian. Authoritarian leader from now on. No weaklings will stand in the way of this country's path to glory. People are storming the streets in celebration of your leadership. And would you like to learn more about the system? Okay, now. Unable to stop, central powers is focused around a charismatic leader. His position is often backed up by the army. Authoritarian system cause low unhappiness. Okay, that's one part. Low relations are needed to declare wars, can request all provinces during peace negotiations. Elections every 4 years, can reject one parameter change at the cost of temporary happiness. Low negative relation modifier with democracies. 100% allowable deficit before going bankrupt, and nuclear attack is only available when defending. Eventually, we went very, very far with the militarism, and that is the reason we are now having 80 aircraft, 25 transports, and 50 navy. What does that mean? That means that we are perfectly the more powerful country in the world. 71 aircraft and 28. That's interesting. 71 against 80. And then we have here 28 against 50. What about tanks? Tanks, we have 18 and they have 71. I think I'm going to buy more planes. The amount of planes that I'm going to buy are another 20, so I'm going to have 100 planes, and that's it. That's it what I'm going to do. There is a riot in East Yugoslavia. Now let's the United States of Central America. Okay, Honduras. Central American countries are afraid of growing Mexican ambition, so they've decided to put aside their differences and create a formal union. The United States of Central America, the former United States of Central America, the USCA, has been reformed in the year 2040. Interesting. Now, a lot of countries are doing these sort of unions. You can see here Scandinavia have reappeared. The Kalmar Union, the Yugoslavia Union as well, is now a fact. And then the Central American, that just happened right now. China's imperialism ambitions are becoming more and more obvious. It is in our best interest to offer protection to Pacific countries. We must interfere, which is going to increase relations with Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Brunei, Philippines, Papua New Guinea, Solomon Islands, Republic of China, Japan, and China. Decrease relations with China, and we don't have time for this. I think we must intervene because we cannot allow China to do anything that can harm our hegemony. Now, let's go here and do a non-aggression pact with these guys. We have 39%. 39 relations with this is good, and let's implement this. So finally we can go for this. We need to put that guys here. Now, I haven't seen what is the funding for this. We're going to get, the first place is going to get a score of 500 and action points of 5,000 and good relations by 360 days, 1 year with the whole world. And we're going to have a boom in population growth, which is pretty good. We're doing well with the GDP growth here and we're gaining a lot of money. So I'm just going to deal with Canada here. We need 72 relations with them. Still have 56. Okay, so Canada has left the bloc for good. We are just now Spain and Italy. Apparently Portugal. It's going to be a little bit difficult to add Portugal into that. Let's try again. They refused. Let's see if France, hopefully, oh, they are in a in a block with Luxembourg. So the United States of Central America. Now let's go ahead here and try to improve relations with these guys. I'm pretty sure that these guys here, can they be added into our... That's decrease relations. Oh yeah, because they have a block. Wow, with a lot of countries here. Okay. Now, that's something that I'm going to do, improve relations with Mexico, and go straight into decrease relations in their own block. Let's continue the funding here. And let's see, we're about to get the stock situation, the advanced financial services, and the warhead rocket design. Now, let's have a look at these tasks. We have here our country could... This is the score ranking that is going to happen every few years, and we're still in the top. Now, let me just pause here because our country could use some general improvement, introduce the Star Wars theory project. This is going to reward us with a lot of action points, which is going to be pretty good for us. That's the reason I'm doing the warhead rocket design. That afterwards is going to be helpful for us to increase, to go for the Star Wars project situation. Now separatism is growing again, so let's buy a little bit of officials into the Puerto Rican place. New Silk Road, China, the spirit of the ancient Silk Road, the new Eurasian land bridge links Central European and China. Express freight scampers through Kazakhstan, Russia and Belarus all the way to Poland with goods worth millions. Okay. So let's go here and increase the taxes here. Advanced financial services, we have GDP growth. We have a very, very healthy GDP growth here. Stock income from members plus 10%. And we have another additional slot here. We're going to go for this. This is going to increase everything related to the money that we make here. So yeah, why not? So let's do it. Beautiful. And let's add another country here. Let me add perhaps Belgium. There we go. Okay, so we're pretty good. And funding results, we are the #1 place. Wait. Scientists around the world have united to find a cure. Whoever donates the most will surely earn the most prestige. The rewards are #1. Oh, so Indonesia and myself, we got the 5,000 action points. And we got good relations. Canada went 2nd place with India, and United Kingdom with China went 3rd with France, and Germany as well. Well, a lot of countries went 3rd place, including Australia. Okay, now what I'm going to do is to go for the Star Wars theory. So yeah, of course, we're going to go for that. And yeah, decreasing relations in the bloc of Mexico, because we don't want a huge and a powerful country in our frontier. So it was a success. Hopefully this country is going to destroy the bloc, but I don't see a way to do it. Because relations in bloc operation against our country, we weren't able to catch their agent. Someone conducted... Oh, so someone is doing the same thing with us. So the next elections are going to be... Let me see. We went here... Oh, we are getting a penalty here in unit max capacity. Warhead rocket design, we have made that. So now let's go here. And definitely what I'm going to do here, let's see, army size here is going to increase the capacity. This is good because we need to increase the capacity 35%. So I'm going to activate this. Army state, military-based society where army personnel have additional social benefits over other citizens. That is a must that we have to do to increase, of course, this thing here, the unit max capacity here, because already we have 100 planes, and that is expensive. So we need to increase here the taxes here. Perhaps we can pay a little bit of debt here. So let's pay something like this. Okay, let's propose the sanctions against totalitarians. A lot of countries are going to accept that. Then there is another thing. We are building mining infrastructure in the space station, and we're building mining infrastructure in the moon. So let me go there and show you guys. Look at this beautiful UFO going around. It's an alien. This is very funny. Okay, so let's go here near Saturn. Here we have our space station. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. This is our space station in which we are building mining infrastructure here, which is going to increase this. And we have the moon here. So perhaps we can build a tourist infrastructure here to get tourists into the moon. It's going to be awesome. Very, very awesome. So that detail of that UFO going around here was very, very good. Central Asian Union close-up. Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan are now united. Everyone is uniting. Now look at the Army of Canada. 5 aircraft, 5 armor, and 7 infantry. Has decided to introduce the sanctions against totalitarianism, which is the demilitarization against totalitarianism. Now let's increase non-aggression pact with them. Let's go here and improve relations. Certainly we can increase the situation here and put them into the bloc. Colony crisis. United Kingdom. Countries with space colonies are keeping all the resources for themselves. This has caused a great disparity between those with a piece of cosmic land and those without. Okay, yeah, of course. That's something normal. Okay. So let's try to bring this guy here. We'll have to wait. So improve relations in Canada has been done. Let's try to add them into the block. Yeah, of course. So Canada finally is again into our block. So we're going to do centralization, and let's see what we can get from this. Global warming in Midwest. The effects of global warming are having a huge impact on the environment and in return, the economy. The GDP province of the Midwest and the resourcing province of the Midwest is going to be apparently decreased. Belarus gets cozy with Russia. Belarus has realized the benefits of being closer to Russia. Their allegiance just got even stronger. Okay, that's interesting. Let's decrease relations in this block as well. And let's go ahead and let's have a look at Star Wars Theory. We got the Star Wars Theory and we got the prize, which is pretty good. So now with the Star Wars Theory, we can go for the Star Wars system. We will have better defense against, as you can see, nuclear attacks, but we are not in a threat of nuclear attacks. Vehicles technology, in which we are going to get better attack for the vehicles, or we can go for advanced air system, which is going to give unit attack modifier for the aircrafts, which is going to be good. Why not? And this one gives drone recon, gives unit attack modifier for armor and infantry, which I think it's going to be very interesting to implement here. Of course, I'm going to do that. Let's implement this and let's continue with our military power to increase. So it's going to be pretty useful here. Now, again, we have separatism, so let's go and calm down the people there. So another thing, let's remember that we are authoritarian. These guys are authoritarian as well. So let's go and improve relations with them. And Southeast Asia close-up. Indonesia, the countries of Southeast Asia have signed a mutual cooperation agreement. A new alliance is brewing. A lot of countries are now doing a lot of alliances here right now. Regions report that the decreased relation in the bloc operation was a complete success. The council has decided to introduce the Universal Armament Reduction Resolution. Now, this is something that, let's see, armament resolution, I think it's here, improve relations with China. We need to wait for this thing. Complete success in South Korea. Okay. This thing, I can try to revoke the universal armaments reduction. The proposer was this guy. I think he's proposing this in... Yeah, I'm going to revoke this. Yeah. I will revoke this, and I would lob other countries to do this, because we cannot have universal armaments reduction. This is not good for us. This is going to demilitarize every country by 20%. Now, block integrator implemented centralization. Now let's have a look here. Freedom of movement. It's going to increase population growth. It's going to cost me relations to do this, but I'm going to activate this either way. Property market crash in China. Universal armaments reduction. We couldn't revoke this. Belarus joins Russia. Now let's have a look at here. How Russia is now getting bigger, adding Belarus and all of these countries. Freedom of movement has been integrated in our bloc. Let's improve relations with them. Influence the political system of Canada. What about Spain? Improve relations. Influence the political system. And who else is part of our bloc? I think it's Italy, isn't it? Okay, here we're going to improve relations. They're still Democrats, so we're going to send this. The red planet. There is already water on Mars. With our experience, building settlements over there shouldn't be too hard. So, house on Mars, half price. Start the funding project to the red planet. Elections manipulated. We've manipulated the elections. The happiness is going to be increased, of course. Here we can go for this one, air theory. Let's go and pay a little bit of depth here. And let's continue here. Okay, drone recon. And then we can go for this naval system theory. Very good. Oh, we get mining infrastructure in the moon and mining infrastructure in the space station. The global warming is increasing. Now let's see. A lot of things are happening. Let's propose here. I am authoritarian, so this is not, of course, an option. And non-proliferation of nuclear weapons could be another option. Let's propose this. Let's lob them. The funding for Mars. Now, let's have a look at what we're going to get when we win this. The score is going to increase 50, and we're going to get Mars. The relations with the whole world is going to decrease, and we're going to get Mars. So yeah, pretty much very good. Let's see how that is going to impact the whole situation. Let's see how this thing is going to impact, for example, Canada, that right now is a democracy. Pakistan-Iranian alliance. Okay. Spies were caught in Canada. Our influence political system was a success in Spain. And our spies were caught by Italy. Now, let's have a look here. Yeah, they're about to get... They're actually authoritarian, I believe, democracy. We're getting our warmongering level up. Let's not waste any time here. Kazakhstan fall away from Russia. There has been a lot of misunderstandings between Russia and Kazakhstan. The relationship drama might last a long time. Okay. Now there is just drama and things like that. Chances of leaving the block. Okay, we have this guy. We have a lot of chances of these guys to leave the block. Let's lob them again. To prevent the spread of nuclear weapons, people are getting very, very warmongering here. They are not supporting this, which is something that is not good. Let me see here. Has decided that the non-proliferation of nuclear weapons will not be introduced. Okay, so let's have a look at what is this affecting the situation here. We have 105. North Korea has 6. Pakistan has 8. Iran has 17. China has 35. Okay. So what I'm going to do is to buy. I'm going to buy 45 warheads. Let's compare finally here with China. They have 54 jets and 21 of this. We have 45 of this and 11 armor. I think I can buy 40 of this. Why not? And yeah, the other thing that I want to do is to go to Pakistan. Do this. Let's go and see North Korea. Wait a second, North Korea is totalitarian. Okay, so totalitarian, they're going to be our enemies. These guys here, authoritarians, they are in a block, so we can try to continue the decrease, implementing decrease relations with block here. Let's continue implementing good relations and decreasing this. So let's see. Where's the funding here? We're about to get to Mars. Canada is part of my block. But Canada is a democracy. Let's see Spain here. Spain is a democracy as well. Let's influence the political system here. Remove from the block. Now, let me see something. Let's see, these guys here. These guys here are authoritarians. They are not in a block. Okay, let me see something. Let's try to do a non-aggression pact with the Union of Central America. Improve relations with them. Okay. Improve relations with Mexico. Perhaps help the country is going to... That should be to unite into their block, but we cannot do that. We've managed to catch agents from Japan. Okay. Okay, what are our relations right now with these guys? 74. Let's help the country. We're about to get our warheads ready here. What resolutions can we propose? Complete success in South Korea and success in Mexico. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, the funding. Let's see what we can offer here. Canada left the block, sadly, and we're not going to be able to add them again into the block because they have different political views. Just help the country. I'm going to help them. Perhaps we're going to be able to do that. It's going to be interesting. Okay, these guys have been helped. 84 relations could be good. Our spies were caught by Pakistan when we were trying to sabotage their nuclear weapons. It's okay. Italy left bloc. We're getting alone here. Nationalist movement in Azerbaijan was a complete success. Spain has now getting more authoritarian. Actually, no. They're getting less. They're decreasing their military strength and stuff like that, so that is something. When you increase your military, definitely you're going to become authoritarian. There's no way around this. So now, let me go here and do the think tank support, which seems pretty good because it's going to increase the HDI. Oh, there you go. Mexico is now alone, I think. Oh, one more. Jamaica, and we're good to go to unite to bring him into the block. So now, with this situation going good, spread descent or damage reputation. I still want to damage the reputation. Oh, no, actually, increase relations with China is going to be okay. And with these guys here, I would like to add them into my block. Let's see. Let's go here. Block of South Korea destroyed. Okay. Now we can go to South Korea. South Korea has no block, so I can try to add them, improve relations, and help the country as well. In a couple of... Now we still need this, but I would like to add this guy here. Okay, there we go. We need a little bit more of this. Improve relations with South Korea. It's okay. We need more relations here. How can we do this? With South Korea, let's see. Air theories, duties, we managed to get that. Now, where's South Korea? Can we add them? 79. Non-aggression pact. This is going to make them 84. And we need 88. Interesting. It's getting difficult. It's getting very difficult to add these guys into our block. Now, what is our block? Spain? Just Spain? It's just that? Okay. Now, what happened with Spain here? There's still democracy. NATO is destroyed. Sadly, NATO is destroyed because it's a... we can do it. Let's implement this and implement... Oh yeah, funding results. United States get the province of Mars and relations with the whole world 600 for 600 days -2. Canada gets the Phobos in the second place, and now apparently we have made Canada a rival here. But definitely I'm not going to decrease my military because these guys have a lot of military, and that was the sole reason that I did the thing that I did, and the reason that I have all of the military that I have up to this point. 51 armor, and we're still... No, it's this one. 51 armor, 25 of these. This is increasing our militarism. Eventually, I have a penalty here, and eventually that increased here, down here, our militarism. That is the explanation, which is this. We're top in the militarism. We're going to 20. and there's no way we can stop this because we're getting closer and closer to totalitarianism. And the next election is going to be in 2048. So for the mid 21st century, I think United States in this timeline is going to become supreme totalitarian. And yeah, we have finalized our let's play here because we got Mars in here, and we have one neighbor here, which is Canada. And this is funny because now we have a neighbor in Mars and we have a neighbor in Earth, and this guy is democratic, so we can clearly attack this guy. It says here that I can do a war declaration if the relations are very, very low. Funny thing is that they are part of our stock exchange here, and they are producing 0,000. Now, I'm going to believe this is happening because all of these countries, including France and Belgium, and let me confirm that Belgium is a democracy and France is a democracy as well. I can't believe that this is happening because these countries are not the same political, they don't have the same political views as us. So it's, for example, at a market that is like us, I'm going to throw this away, eventually go into Mars and do the mining infrastructure. And in the moon, where's the moon? In the moon, I'm going to do a tourist infrastructure. Let's see what else I can do here and go for international politics advancement 4. Mexico is trying to spy on us. Let's see, add them to the block. Let's finish this very quickly. Deimos, one of Mars' moons, could also be suitable for colonization. Should we begin preparations? Someone may beat us to the punch if we wait. So let's it will be ours. So let's continue the situation here with Deimos. Deimos is now ours as well. So we got the other moon. This is very, very good. This is very amazing. I'm pretty happy with this. We got the other moon. Now let's go for let's see, we need to increase, what can we do here with trade? Let's do this, activate diplomatic missions so we can get better relations with the world. And finally we got this, we got Deimos. We got Deimos, we got Mars, we got the moon. Sea levels rise in Alaska. Okay. Oh, someone is claiming things from us. I don't know if this country, but I'm going to implement good relations with this. Non-aggression pact in between India and Pakistan. Let's do this. Non-aggression pact with them. War in the Pacific. China has broken their diplomatic pact and started the attack. We must defend ourselves. Pacific War began. Definitely, this is a game that you have to check. It's very, very neat. So we now finalized in the year 2047 with a colony reached Mars, the moon, and we made a space station. We achieved our goals. We have right now war in the Pacific, and now the war against China and United States has begun. I'm going to leave it like this. I hope you liked the Let's Play. This was Victus. If you like this, give a like. Thank you for all the support. Subscribe. See you in the next one.